This is the Marjorie Taylor Greene effect to where you're making no sense to try to build up an argument and give to your audience like, oh, Taylor Swift, she's being fat phobic and the Democrats are attacking her for it. Look how crazy the Democrats are. All right. So we're done with Mr. Kanye West, but for some reason, I'm talking about Taylor Swift. Now, I never heard a Taylor Swift song, at least not on purpose. If it was playing in some like lobby or, it was playing on the radio and I wasn't really paying attention, I never purposely listened to a Taylor Swift song until yesterday. It's this big old commotion that, she's being fat phobic or she's not being sensitive enough about fat people. And I'm just like, why? Did she just go on a Kanye West spree for some reason? And, I listen to what Democrats are saying. I listen to what Republicans are saying. And I'm saying, why the hell is this even in the news? I listened to the song twice. And I'm so confused on why is this in political conversations. So let's go ahead, listen to the Young Turks, and let's see from their perspective. And then we're going to listen to Crowder. Cold Feet Crowder. We're going to listen to Cold Feet Crowder and figure out what's going on here, because I would like to know.
At the same,
Taylor Swift has just released her latest album, Midnights. People are poring over the details of the tracks and the several music videos released along with it. One of her videos, however, has received a massive amount of backlash, with critics accusing it of being fat phobic.
What?
We'll tell you how Taylor Swift reacted to the controversy. But first, let's get into what people are so mad about in the first place. The music video in question is for Taylor Swift's song Anti-Hero. Here's how she described the inspiration for the song. Track 3, Anti-Hero, is one of my favorite songs I've ever written. I really don't think I've delved this far into my insecurities in this detail before. The song is a real guided tour throughout the things I tend to hate about myself. We all hate things about ourselves. It's all of those aspects of the things we like and dislike about ourselves that we have to come to terms with if we are going to be this person. Well, in the music video, she wrote and directed, Taylor Swift is confronted by her unhinged alter ego. What drew all the backlash was a very quick scene in which Taylor weighs herself while her alter ego looks on, only to find that the scale reads fat.
Wow.
There it is. People were furious over this. A tweet from the Shira Rose said, Taylor Swift's music video where she looks down at the scale where it says fat is a way to describe her body image struggles. Fat people don't need to have it reiterated yet again that it's everyone's worst nightmare to look like us. And Lucy Wald said, is it possible? It is possible to appreciate Taylor Swift and Midnight as an artist.
Okay. Hold on. At some point, do we look at somebody struggling about something? Okay? She's struggling about something. She obviously made it clear. We know fat people are always being disrespected. They're being clowned at, especially, some of the people on the right. They're constantly telling you that you do not look appropriate. You do not look good enough. You do not look sexy enough as you being big. Okay? So I'm assuming what Taylor Swift is saying is she feels the insecurities of being big. Like in her mind. We all know how our minds can play tricks on this. She feels fat. So therefore people are looking at her as if she is fat. Do you see what I'm saying? How actual big people feel when people look at them is, oh, they think I'm disgusting. They think I'm fat. They think I'm this. I have an eating, like every negative stereotype, they're looking at you. So with Taylor Swift, even though we don't see that, she feels that. So when she's out in public, she's thinking people are thinking those same things about her as someone who is fat. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be extremely skinny. You know what I'm saying? I got a little muscle here and there now. You know what I'm saying? Weigh 200. But I used to weigh like 140. But for some reason, even while I'm working out today, I still feel like I'm too skinny. I still feel like I'm a $140. Even though I can look in the mirror and I see the 200 pounds. But in my mind, it's playing tricks like, you ain't big enough. You ain't got enough muscle. It's all in our heads. So now let's figure out on why this is political.
And call her out on her blatant fat phobia. Taylor Swift should have done better, because even if it is relatable and an intrusive thought, it is damaging and fat phobic. Listen to fat people when they tell you this. To me, this isn't just harmful. It reinforces the idea of being fat as bad. It's harmful because the word fat is triggering to many of us who actually exist in these bodies, says Olivia Truffaut-Wong at The Cut. Of course, there were also plenty of people who defended Taylor Swift. And Taylor Swift has admitted to body image issues in the past due to intense scrutiny from the media. Swift hinted in her Netflix documentary Miss Americana at instances in her life when she would stop eating after seeing photos of herself where, quote, I feel like I looked like my tummy was too big, or someone said I looked pregnant. Swift expanded on this in an interview with Variety, saying she would exercise a lot but not eat, and implied that she struggled with her relationship to food. But in the end, the critics won out, and Swift has removed the shot of the scale reading fat from her music video, so now it's just her alter ego shaking her head disapprovingly at the scale, but with...
Okay, so it's easy to see, if you just take 2 seconds to listen to her, that she's not trying to remind fat people that they're fat. She's just trying to say, I relate because this is what I see. People think I'm pregnant. People think that so it makes me feel insecure. That's hard to understand. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, people are going to have their different opinions, but once again, I don't see why this is political. Oh, it's Republican grifters. Of course, they want to take everything, every cultural discussion, because this is this can be an enlightening discussion that people can have and try to figure some things out. But of course, we got these grifters willing to take anything, twist it, and make it political for no reason. Did you hear this TYT commentator say anything about, oh, Republicans are attacking her and calling her fat phobic and, oh, Republicans? No. He just said, hey, this is a discussion that people are having with Taylor Swift and her song and some of the images in her video. That's it. But let's go ahead and look at one of the... I don't even think he's a grifter. I think he's just a pure idiot. A pure idiot. Let's hear what he has to say to his millions of followers.
Now pay attention this time.
By association.
Let's see.
Decoder pen.
Yeah, but she would play before I would die. So
Get your little orphan
afraid.
Annie LGBT fat pride decoder pen.
Yeah, but she would play a mean flute while I was dying.
Yes.
No, but look, I think Taylor Swift, I love it that they go after Taylor Swift. I love it that people who go out and try to virtue signal and say, oh, I can't believe, and say stupid stuff like that we talked about with abortion, what she said about that, you know, it's our bodies. I can't believe we're losing our rights. I love it when the left eats their own, because it shows you that, like you said, there is no pleasing them. There is no real center to the left. It is whatever we think at any point in time, and it can be completely taken out of context. Do you remember, and this maybe wasn't, do you remember when she got in trouble for having cornrows and eating watermelon in one of her music videos?
Yes, I do.
Was that Taylor Swift?
That was Taylor
She looked
Swift.
like Sugar Sean O'Malley.
I think I'm 99% sure it was Taylor Swift. I
It
don't know a lot
offends
of
me
the
just
cultural
hearing about it.
things.
Yeah.
But it was just like...
Don't get me started on the video where she had dreadlocks and was shaking her head like corn.
Yeah,
Well,
that's no good.
yeah, that's true. She had a headache after that. She's not much of a headbanger. So she absolutely got roasted for doing that. And I'm like, what makes you stay on the left? Fear? Like, you have to, because you're in the entertainment industry, you have to come out and support these causes?
It's guilt. I'll tell you, it's guilt. Here's what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually you look at business owners, right? And I mean people who are wealthy, because wealthy in this country is 250,000 or more is joint household income. Now it's 400,000 or more because former Vice President Biden makes
401.
Yeah,
401.
he makes 400,000. I'm going to increase taxes on anyone making more than 400,000. That's the ticket. But the point is, if you look at most people who are wealthy in this country, they've had to create businesses or they've had to provide goods or services, right? They've had to build it from the ground up. And as someone who's been in both sides, who's acted, but who's also done, not only stand up, but now employ 20 people, I know what it takes to build this up. And it's hard fought territory. A lot of people who are actors or in the entertainment industry, they're incredibly talented, but they feel guilty because it's God-given. In other words, they go from nothing to millions of dollars, and I think they think there's a part of them that says this easily could have been somewhere. All
right, that's garbage. He's saying that they feel guilty because they're actors, and it's just a God-given gift. So they feel like they have to go along with anything that the left says or deems to be what needs to be. How do people listen to idiots like this? How did his guest or whoever is on the show say the left? I love seeing them the left eat each other. What signs did you get that all the people who are attacking or disagreeing with Taylor Swift are Democrats? Do they have like a D next to all their names and say, oh, look at all the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, AOC, and Chuck Schumer, they're all attacked. From what I've seen, they haven't even said anything about Taylor Swift. All I see is just random people on Twitter either agreeing or disagreeing. What are you talking about? But of course, grifters like this, they love to take a situation because Taylor Swift once upon a time said, oh, they're taking away women's choice and that's not a good. So now they done put her on the chopping block, say, hey, oh, we talking about Taylor Swift? She's a Democrat, and now the Democrats are eating each other. It's like, no. Once again, this is the Marjorie effect here. This is the Marjorie Taylor Greene effect to where you're making no sense to try to build up an argument and give to your audience like, Taylor Swift, she's being fat phobic and the Democrats are attacking her for it. Look how crazy the Democrats are. Bro, that's the wackest argument ever. If you really want to have an honest conversation about being fat phobic and someone who's having insecurities about themselves, leave politics out of it. Come from an honest place and have that conversation. But these grifters don't do that. They don't understand it. They need content to give to their audience. So they're going to, Taylor Swift is a big name. So let's go ahead and throw her into it. And I guarantee you these idiots who are subscribed to us are going to just eat this up. They're going to be like, yeah, look at the left eat their own. And oh, she's so stupid. She's a Democrat. Oh, she's doing it out of fear. Because she's guilt. She's having a guilt trip. Kofi Crowder is a coward. Okay, he's a coward on many levels, and I'm pretty sure we're going to come across a couple of examples of how this guy is a coward. And if he really wants to have an honest-to-God conversation about being fact-phobic and the real struggles people have with their self-image, he can't be a part of it. Okay, he is just a square. He's a weenie, and he's being disingenuous in every way, shape, or form. So once again, this is a grifter doing his best to be a grifter. But honestly, I think he's just an idiot. I don't think he's not even a good grifter. He's just an idiot at this point. All right.